I have clicked start.
Okay.
Which means that we are stremming. Welcome everybody. How's it going? Oh. Hey.
Sorry, can I get the link so I can share it off with my channel?
Oh, definitely go for it, please. You can do that while it's running. Welcome.
Yes, hello.
There you go. I've just got the ding through in my ears. Yeah.
Let me see. Hold up.
Great.
You're streaming on your channel, on the channel, right?
Yeah. The TwoAllNighters channel. Cool. Okay. Hi everybody. How's it going? Do. I don't know what that means, Monk. I'm sorry. Elliot, it is exciting. I'm very excited.
Okay, I can see chat now, so if you guys want to say a couple things, I can respond or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm about to do a bunch of notices, but obviously I'm going to find it a bit more difficult to interact with chat during the stream, because I've actually just shot myself in the foot and given myself a crap ton to do. Final countdown, James. Hi, Dottie. I came here and I do not know who you are. Well, Kara, let me introduce myself. My name is Jamish. I am a video editor and voice actor, purely in a sort of non-professional. I would describe myself as an amateur, I think. But I've been doing work on this channel, TwoAllNighters, for well, it's been over a year. Yeah. So welcome to the channel. It is episode 6 or 7 of the Fandom Lives. Welcome. I just want to go through a few notices before we begin. But first of all, I want to welcome my guest, very special guest, Nick Nitro. How you doing, buddy?
Very special guest, making me feel all kinds of great down here. I'm doing all right. Just being lazy today, eating ribs and
having ribs for breakfast. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm going to call lockdown times. Like,
well, it's like I exercise like crazy every day, so I'm like I will eat whatever I feel like.
Oh, okay. Is it running? Is it weights? What is it?
It's a lot of cardio. Oh man,
it's free to just keep on putting one foot in front of the other, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's always my favorite thing to do. It's good. It's good for your mental health, honestly.
I agree with that. I've actually been really terrible this week. I've only been on my last run was on Sunday of last week, and obviously it's Saturday now, and this was my first run of this week. But at least once a week, that's something.
Unfortunately for me, I'm incredibly a combination of sadistic and masochistic. So for me, it's every day and sometimes twice. So I can never my rest. I never get rest.
I mean, at least you have the time for it now these days.
Yeah.
So, let me. Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say was like even back when I was in college, I made time for it. It's just, it's become something I use, like I said before, for my mental health, and it's literally become just like a hobby now. It's like I go out there, I don't even take my headphones anymore because it's so quiet. I love it.
Awesome. So is there like a park around where you live or something, or?
Nope, I live out in the middle of literal nowhere.
Oh,
I don't see anybody.
That must be a curious combination of like inspiring and like freeing, but also like it sounds a bit lonely, to be honest.
It's only lonely if you're not comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
Which I have. I've fortunately spent a lot of soul searching in the past couple of years to become comfortable with myself, so I don't feel lonely or away from everybody at all.
Well, I mean, you have something of a community on YouTube. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me do my notices first, though, because there is actually a plan tonight. So first of all, announcements. Just going to blitz through these very quickly. TwoAllNighters merch is on sale. I think Blair's put up a link on the stream chat. Please check the description of this stream and the chat for the Teespring page. The hoodie there is particularly comfy. The material is actually really nice. I think you've got to wash it at a different setting, otherwise it gets a bit fluffy, but other than that, it's great. So please check that out. Again, I want to apologize because in the last couple of episodes of this, I've really been unable to like monitor the chat So please, the moderators are there to interact with you. You know, they're members of the team as well. They're as much a part of this as I am. So keep interacting with those guys. We have had people donating over the stream in the last couple of times. We got like 30 quid, like British pounds, in the last stream, which is extraordinarily generous. So thank you to Lauren Tompkin and Cheyenne Soto. Am I pronouncing that right? Like, your tips are amazingly generous, and I'm really sorry for not seeing that the tips were there on the last stream. We obviously, I'm intending to pay as much attention as I can, but I'm struggling because there's quite a lot to handle in this format. So thank you. And I'd actually say to anyone who's moderating, if you send me a ping on Discord, I'm more likely to see that if somebody does tip. Cool. If you would like any other Undertale content creator to feature on another episode of The Fandom Lives, let me know on Discord. When I did the first episode of this, someone was like, "Oh man, you should get Nick Nitro on," and I was like, "Nah, he'll never be interested in anything like this." So, you know, anything can happen. Send me a message with your suggestions. There is a considerable waiting list for this stream. I cannot believe I'm saying that, but here we are. So please message me and we'll get them in. It's likely not going to be until, well, like end of July, start of August at this rate. So please message me. Also, after this, I'm going to go straight to our Discord fan server to jump into the public VC there, just to hang out with you guys afterwards. Please come and say hi. Nick, obviously that's open to you as well, but obviously don't feel under any pressure. You can do whatever you want. Don't come into the Discord just because I'm saying so.
No, trust me.
Yeah. And also, one thing that I have forgotten to mention so far on this series is that the mod that we're playing is Undertale Remastered. You can see the kind of intro screen on the screen now. It is a complete recolor of the sprites, both in dialogue and in combat, to be actually quite fantastic, fully colored sprites. Michael King is the guy who developed it. It is on ModDB. If you Google Undertale Remastered, you can find it and add it to your own game. And I recommend that you do, because it's great. Cool. I think that's all the notices from me. Anything from you, Mr. Nitro, sir?
Be sure to not check out my channel. Don't subscribe. Unring the bell and leave all the dislikes.
Amazing. That's fantastic. Great. Cool. So yeah, do check out Nick. I mean, statistically speaking, if you're watching the stream, probably already do follow him. But yeah, we will start the stream now with my fancy pants opening. Welcome to the Fandom Lives.
Okay. Gotcha.
And welcome back. We have returned. Cool. Jesus, I should probably get on with the game. Like, we're supposed to be playing now.
Yeah.
So, our player is Greg. And
Greg.
we're in the process of getting through Hotland. We actually finished the stream when the nobles asked Alphys, or said that they want to watch anime with Alphys. So I progressed to the next save point. It's literally just walking time. Haven't missed anything. Oh. It's your favourite.
Oh, you're fighting Muffet?
Looks like it. Or maybe not fighting Muffet. I'm trying to go for the pacifist. Yeah.
Okay.
A little while.
Wait, what? I didn't know it was Nick Nitro. Yeah, hey, what's going on, nerd?
Yeah, man. This is the real deal. I can't believe I'm saying it, but yeah. So yeah, Nick, for those of us who are freaking on the stream and might not know who you are, and there's a couple of guys who have said so. Who the devil are you, and what do you do?
So I'm still trying to figure out the question of who I am, but now I'm a YouTuber. and a musician. I do a lot of Undertale and original content. I mostly just do it for fun because I try not to take it all too seriously. Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
just here to goof around, make what I like, and you know, meet people, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And you found. Do you think it would be fair to say that you found some success in that endeavor?
Yeah, considering that I like my um. With all my other friends, I apparently make more views than most of my other YouTuber friends who have like double, triple my subscriber count. But for some reason, people don't subscribe as much.
Or watch as
But
much?
dude, like, no, my view count is crazy. It's actually on par with a lot of million subscriber YouTubers, but I barely make as many subs for some reason, which I'm okay with. But
Yeah.
it's
Why do you think
it's
that is?
I don't know,
Hmm.
honestly. I noticed my sub count's been going up, but it's not like something I'm really focusing on, I guess,
Yeah.
because um, it's only on my mind because I was just talking about it with another friend of mine. But I'm I'm more worried about just having fun, making sure I have enough money to support my family, and just, I guess, I mean, for me, the whole, I don't know, just saying that I'm a successful YouTuber just sounds strange to me because I'm very much a I don't know, the uh, the attention never really got to me. I guess it never really got to my ego. It never really got to anything. I'm still the same from when I was in college and when I started.
Yeah. And it is important to stay grounded, isn't it?
Mm,
Um, so obviously the main kind of things that you do on your channel are remixes, right? The musical remixes.
yeah,
You've been experimenting more with like live musical instruments as well, because predominantly it's been like obviously virtually generated stuff. But I've been
yeah.
noticing in some of your recent videos like guitar stuff that you've been including as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're
I'm,
a guitarist as well, or?
yeah, I'm extremely proud of that.
Yeah, it sounded really good. Like you performed that?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Um, super good. Are
first stuff.
obviously you're intending to go into that in like future videos and stuff?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Hopefully, I'll be able to start recording my bass live here soon.
Oh, you got a bass
Um,
guitar as well.
I'm planning on getting one. I know how to play from when I was younger. I
Okay.
need to stop eating.
Don't worry about it, man. Like, don't matter to me.
I know. I just don't want the audience to hear me chewing. It's bad enough they have to hear that on my own stream.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, just the one thing I wanted to say about the guitar stuff is, I uh, I started playing it back when I was in middle school, high school, I think, somewhere around that time. It's been like 10 years now, but I initially started it because I thought, guitarists get girls, and I just wanted to be cool and stuff.
Yeah.
So I picked it up, and then I saw some people who were extremely good at it. Like there was like these guys, this band that came to my school that was like, "Hey kids, don't do dregs," and all that. And I was like, I was more taken by the guitar player because he was like making that guitar fucking wail, and I was like, "Oh, can I cuss? Is that fine or no?"
Um, I don't know. I think I mean I haven't been particularly censoring myself on this stream so far. I haven't gotten in any trouble.
Okay, I'll keep it to a minimum at the very least.
Yeah, it's kind of you.
Okay, so this guy, he let me sit down with his guitar. I barely knew how to play, and it really interested me. And
Yeah.
then I ended up obsessing over it for like a year, and then I stopped for a while, and then I picked it back up. It's been an on and off thing, and then eventually I started doing it in college, and I didn't have the money for a recording setup until recently, so I started doing it, and it's been fun getting back into it because I started off wanting a girlfriend. Now I'm just obsessed with being good.
Yeah, it's like like I remember I learned guitar earlier in life as well. I've let it fall away sadly, but that drive to kind of improve is so like when you get really into it, it's a bit addictive, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I get the sense that might be the case like for your like fitness drive as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a thing since I pulled myself out of some tough places.
Yeah, totally. That's so cool. I mean, probably should worth mentioning that most while you've been building your fan base, it's been around Undertale. Not necessarily so much now. You mentioned that earlier, but Undertale is obviously one of the kind of real crux points around which your growth has been revolving. Did you play Undertale when it first released, or was
Yes, I played it within the first week because I don't know, my friend gifted it to me on Steam, and I thought, well, it sounds like everyone's saying this game is good, so I booted it up and I ended up playing it all the way through.
amazing? So it was like a immediate impact. Was it a case of like playing it all the way through, or did you just come to it and just like?
Oh no, I played it all the way through in every which way you can play it. I cheated, I hacked, I did everything for fun. I finished the genocide route back when the wiki was very vague on it, with very early on before the whole thing was written out about how to
Yeah,
complete.
yeah.
I was doing it from a friend who had actually finished it, and he was guiding me through the whole stream, telling me what I had to do, and it took so long, but it was like, man, Sans clapped my cheeks really hard.
I mean, question:
Yes.
did you find Sans or Undying the Undying harder? Like the first time.
I breezed through Undying because I don't know why I can just dodge her stuff incredibly easily,
Well,
but
there you go.
Sans you see, Undying's fight had some randomly had some RNG to the attacks.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, sneeze.
Oh, excuse you.
um,
You're right, bud.
man,
There's
I'm
a
good.
virus going around. You gotta be careful.
Nah, I'm good. I made that barbecue sauce, and it's spicy and
Oh, I
peppery
see.
and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So Undying, for some reason, random generated attacks, I had an easier time. Sans is a fixed fight. It doesn't change, and I struggled for some reason so hard because my brain just didn't seem to wrap around some of the attacks.
Well, yeah. I mean, I felt like even in the regular Undying fight, the yellow spears that kind of just skip around and go to the opposite side. I've always struggled with that element. But no, I've seen you on stream before on your channel, freaking fighting Sans at like two times speed, 2.2 times speed or something.
You see that? Yeah. That's what I get for fighting Sans so much. Oh, and I've been looking at chat really quickly.
Yeah.
I can confirm I am Sans.
David would like to have a word with you.
How's it going, everybody? It's Sans here. So I hope you guys are enjoying the stream.
Critical. No, so Sans,
Hey, what's up?
is Sans the favorite, or?
No, I just prefer a tough fight. I love tough fights in video games. There were times when I was a kid playing Mega Man X6 or X5, and I'd keep resetting my PlayStation over and over, specifically to fight Zero.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I played that game. Just about. Oh man.
But I love tough fights. It's one of my hobbies when it comes to video games, especially when there's a lot of like, when it's completely fair, but it's there's such a high steep learning curve. I enjoy that so much.
Yeah, totally. So like, have you ever like played fighting games then, like Street Fighter? And,
Ironically, no, because I used to play Soul Calibur when I was a little kid.
Okay.
Because my dad bought it for me, but fighting games never clicked with me. For some reason, I like big, like more complex fights than just throwing some fists or weapons or whatever powers.
Yeah.
I like this format. I play a lot of bullet hell games.
Oh, okay. Well, that
yeah.
makes sense for Undertale, doesn't it? So, oh my goodness, what's it called? The music one, like the EDM. What's it called? Brian plays it all the time. Just Shapes and Beats. Just Shapes and Beats. Have you heard of that?
Some of those I cannot play because I am, I'm kind of growing out of it now, but I used to be epileptic when I was younger, so I can't really play too many games that have like real flashy lights. I don't know what that one does.
Yeah, that is pretty flashy, so that makes sense. Okay. So you play Undertale, you get really into it, you start getting into the memes and into the genocide run. At what point does that become remixing the music? At what point does that become creating something for yourself? Was it straight away, or did it take some more time?
Okay, so this is gonna have to. We're gonna need some context. I was in college, and this was like 2017, 2018.
Okay.
And I had a friend named Tito, which we call Tito Chips because we love bullying that guy because we love him so much. He had FL Studio, and he was the composer for an indie game project I was working on at the time. He showed me his Mega Man remixes, and I was just so taken aback. I was like, "You can use this program to change the songs up, or cover them, or whatever, whatever."
Yeah.
I immediately fell in love. So he pirated me the thing. I own it now, but
Yeah, yeah.
try before you buy. So I immediately started making things. It was just amateur MIDI swaps at the time. Where you just take the MIDI and the project file and just swap out the instruments.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's how I started. It
That's
was
so
literally just a hobby in between classes, and at the time I was very lost in my life, so I kind of had no friends, no hobbies, no nothing. So it was like, as soon as I get out of class, I'd run to the library, get some food, fucking, then just begin work. And that was about the time my Undertale addiction kind of came back because somebody was like, "Can you beat Sans?" And I started playing it again. Then I started really getting into the music a lot more because I was meeting more people in the Undertale community, et cetera, until eventually somebody was like, "You should do a remix of Megalovania." And I thought, why not? So I grabbed like a MIDI, and I did like a terrible rendition of it and uploaded it on my previous channel. It got like 8,000 views, and to me that was huge at the time. So I was like,
yeah.
Undertale. I was like, Undertale's getting me views, so let's do more Undertale. So I continued, and I had other types of content for a long time, but eventually I fell into the AU community, and I started having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how it went. The whole thing was just me enjoying myself. Just it was a hobby that took on a life of its own. That's literally all it was. I wasn't trying to be famous. I wasn't trying to be anything. I was just like, I am enjoying this. My friends enjoy it. I enjoy the people that it's bringing to me. This is all I need to keep going.
That's so good. Like, in terms of just like appealing to like a wider audience, it's almost like the wider audience came to you. To me, it seems because of that genuine desire just to follow something that you were passionate about and engage with that community that you enjoyed being a part of. That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's such an inspiration. So
Um,
like, I guess you've said that, like, sorry, you said you're about to say something?
oh, I'm getting questions in chat from like David.
What's David asking? What's David asking?
I said, where did the name Nick Nitro come from? Okay, it's very simple. It's not from the movie Toy Soldiers like everybody thinks, because I never actually watched that movie.
All right.
But a lot of people ask me that now. I just say, yeah, it's Toy Soldiers, just to make them happy.
So if not from the Toy Soldiers, then where did it come from?
It actually came from a group of a couple of YouTubers that I was actually a fan of a long time ago, named the Robot Boys. They're a couple of robot dancers, and they make great music. Some of the best robot dancers I've ever seen. They have been nothing but cool to their fans. They were cool to me all the way back in 2011 when I found them. And one of the dancers, his name is Nick, and the other one's name is Yeppe. And Nick has a stage name named Nick Nitro, and I basically stole it.
It seems to have worked. I think Gum.
Yeah.
Where were you, Gum? I've come up with the solution for my like screen issues. I've got Undertale on the right hand side of my monitor, my questions for you on the left, and my phone has got the YouTube chat. I think I finally found the balance here. But Gum was asking, what's your favorite remix that you've ever done? That's a good one.
I get that question on a daily basis. Like whenever I stream, whenever I'm on Discord, it never ends.
Oh heck. Is it frustrating for you?
No. I mean, it does get a little old sometimes, but I realize, I can't get mad at these questions. People just want to know. I just gotta answer.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I don't have one.
Okay.
Because for me, every single one is a project. And it's not that I don't look at my music as music, but rather it's like it's a point in time where I tried my best. And usually if I had to pick a favorite song, it would have to be my most recent one because that's the one I poured the most time into recently.
Oh man. I kind of, I mean, obviously, I don't create in the same respect as you do.
Oh, but it's still creativity. It's still that same kind of general ballpark, and it's yeah.
But I definitely relate to what you're saying about like, oh, your latest work is the standard. Like
Mhm.
I don't know if you watch motor racing, but I'm a massive Formula One fan. It's the current off season has been really interesting because they've all been racing online, which is really cool because it raises awareness of video games and how they are a legitimate form of entertainment. Anyway, that's a separate discussion. They the kind of mantra in Formula One racing is you're only as good as your last race. And do you feel like that's true for you? Are you only as good as your last video?
Exactly. That's perfectly it.
Okay.
Let's see. That's it. I'm making a call out video. Next upload. Nick Nitro keeps trying to steal my husband. uh,
Yeah, sorry, Blair. I think, I mean, it's a match made in heaven. Let's be honest.
calling Nick Nitro. I can't believe this.
You've 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 talked about how that first like Megalovania remix was exciting for you. Do you think that was the moment where you were like, "Oh my goodness, this is a real thing," or do you think that came later?
That came later. Like legitimately, everything I do comes from a immediate passion. Like I don't do things for the wider audience. I do it because I'm so like enamored with an idea or a concept or a feeling, and it's that feeling that I use to push into my music. I don't use the idea of like showing it to people is great. I love that part of it, but it is not my motivation, nor is it the reason I do it.
Yeah,
It's 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 like I don't know. It's just the emotions, it's the feeling, it's the rush, it's the ideas, it's everything. It's like I love that more than anything. And
yeah,
I'm just not crazy about it. When it
yeah.
comes to people thinking that I do this for others or I do it just for the views, it's never been motivated by that.
That's so
So
cool. And again, I mean, I feel like I might even be repeating myself a little bit here, but it's a really cool message that's worth repeating. That I think it's that genuine desire to kind of improve yourself and contribute to the fandom in a way that's positive and that is kind of constructive, that is drawing the kind of people to you, I guess. Because it's genuinely brilliant stuff. Like it's so good. Like are you aware? Like I know that I'm getting the sense that you have really high standards for yourself, which is a good thing. But are you aware that like do you come to the end of a project and are you thinking, "Oh yeah, this is good."
all the time, every time, all
Yeah?
day, every day.
That's cool. I think that's good. It's good to be like pleased with what you're producing, you
Yeah.
know. Um so yeah, is that what success looks like for you then? Is it just contributing to the fandom that's more important to you than any subscriber count or view count?
Um, I feel great about can't talk contributing to the fandom. That is definitely a part of it, but for me, it's down to fun. That's
Yeah.
literally it.
Yeah. That's so
I'm
good.
glad I'm glad people enjoy it, but I'm more concerned with myself and my immediate anybody who I'm working with at the time. I'm more concerned with us having fun before like all the gratification that comes afterwards. It's that's for me. That's what it is. It's the fun, the people, and yeah, that's it. The
Amazing.
everything else to me is secondary.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we kind of briefly discussed. I mean, we this has been kind of awkward because I contacted you a bit too late. Really, I should have given you a bit more time. So that this is literally the first time that we're talking to each other. So I hope that you appreciate this when I tell you you're making one hell of a first impression. Um, we were discussing briefly about like what the format of this whole series is, and obviously there's consistent questions that I'm asking all of my guests because I am interested in like a really kind of pivotal and important what I think is important question, and it's ultimately this: you have obviously the work that you have been doing because you're passionate about it, but most of my guests have kind of brought in and introduced the idea that they do feel pressure from the kind of people that follow them to produce certain stuff as well. Do you feel that pressure?
No,
Not at all.
not at all. Because, like I said, I'm doing it for myself, and I'm not doing it to please people. So when it's like that, people can tell me, like I get requests every day, and I'm glad people want to hear my takes on certain songs. But the truth of the matter is, I don't let the pressure get to me. I try not to because I'm trying to establish a healthy relationship with YouTube. Because too often I know so many YouTubers who are so perfectionist with what they do that they push themselves to a point where they lose sleep, where they don't eat, to where they're so pushed to do the very best they can. And I'm very much of the mind that you can do the very best that you can without running yourself into the ground.
Yeah.
And that's why every day I exercise, I sleep good. I maybe I don't eat good, but point being is that I spend maybe like 4 to 6 hours a day working on music, and I let that be that. Because if I push myself to go 12 hours plus, like some of my friends who edit, I would burn out so quickly. There have been times where I have burnt out, but that's just a part of the job. That's just part of the YouTuber life. But it doesn't happen as often to me because it's like if your motivations are simple and they're to the point and they don't betray who you are, you'll never get exhausted. At least not for very long.
Yeah. Have you? I mean, you're talking about a hell of a lot of stuff, all of which I'm just feeling quite heavy. Like how do you? So you've talked about how you find balance in exercise. Do you have any other ways in which you find balance, or is exercise the main way?
Oh yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah.
Spend time with my family. I'm currently at home taking care of my family because of my mother is going through some medical issues, and so is my father. My father is unfortunately terminal, but I am staying at home. I'm cooking. I'm helping. I'm paying all the bills. I'm trying to take as much load off them as possible because they've done so much for me, and I'm trying to help my sister get going. I'm helping my brother, and I find such enjoyment and just being with my family. And it's like, yeah, I was on my own for a while, but right now they need me. And
Hmm.
honestly, I love spending time with them every day. And I love spending time with my girlfriend slash fiance Rose. And
Yeah.
the I love spending time with the people I love. I take time for myself, and it's like the balance I have is making sure that I make time for the people I care about, and time for myself, and time for my work. I have to segment all that into an equal amount of time, or else I lose my mind.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
balance.
I guess this is kind of me genuinely asking. Do you have any tips for like organizing that?
I don't organize.
Because it's important. It's so important. But like I struggle, and you personally can attest to this because of how this evening has gone. But I do struggle with like making the right time in the right kind of maybe even a time of the day thing. And that goes for my own exercise regime, but also for the other things that you're talking about there that are hugely important. And thank you so much for sharing. Like, don't share anything that you're more than you're comfortable with.
Mhm.
Um, I suppose that kind of leads on to the next question, and it's like, hey, we have quite. Oh man, this is quite a lot of people. Thank you all for watching. This is really kind of you. Um, keep your conduct in chat nice and positive because we want to build a community here. Um, but as well as that, I guess a number of them are watching you because they follow you. They're interested in kind of your direction and what you produce, and they might be interested in trying it for themselves. Do you have I mean, we've obviously already been talking about how important it is to find balance, and that's valuable to hear. But do you have any other advice for people who want to start on creating in whatever form that takes?
Yeah. I have a couple like bullet points that I live by.
Hmm.
One, don't be a perfectionist. It will drive you insane. Love your flaws. Your flaws are what makes it magic. And number two, don't sit there and think too hard. If you think too hard, you will freeze yourself into a standstill to where you will never move. You will be too nervous to start, and you just won't start. You need to, for me at the very least, I don't think about it. I don't think. I feel. I do. It's like it's such a pure thing for me. Just like anything else. I cannot be obstructed by my thoughts of failure, my thoughts of everything, because failure is what you're going to build upon to become something great. It's going to teach you so many things. Failure, what's there's a saying in video game development that says fail faster. You want to fail as many times as you can because you can always do it again. You can always start over. There's always tomorrow, and never feel bad about not being perfect because there's a sincerity, a magic, a kind of like there's a great feeling in imperfection, and I love it because there are times where I mess up. There are times where I'm not perfect in the songs I do, but I think to myself, I can do it better the next time, and I'll learn something from this, and it's okay. It's okay to mess up, even if people don't like it. It's like I tried, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, trying is more important, isn't it? It's better to
Yeah.
try and to fail than to have never tried at all. But you haven't failed, like, and that's you have to be encouraged. I mean, I know that you've said that obviously your main motivation is your passion for what you're doing, and that's such a healthy place to come from, such a healthy place. But you have to be encouraged by the success of the channel.
I am. I very much am. But like I said, it's the key word of the day, kids, is balance.
Yeah,
it's uh, I'm letting both the encouragement of people seeing my stuff and the fact that I actually genuinely care about that be even playing ground on what motivates me. So when one isn't quite there, the others, pushing me forward. And you know, I just can't rely. I can't rely like external gratification being my or external validation being my only reason for doing things. And even if people don't like it, keep doing it if you
yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah. Someone in the chat has said that they're getting frustrated with the fact that I'm ignoring them. I do apologize, everyone. There's a lot of stuff going on stream.
Oh,
I'm juggling an awful lot of stuff. Let me.
you want to
I've been scrolling through.
okay.
Has there ever been a song remix that you wanted to do and never have? Thank you, Gum.
Um, yeah, there's a lot. I wanted to do All Star by Smash Mouth because I adore that song, unironically. Um, but I
Cool.
can't because of copyright.
I mean, oh my god. I don't know if you've heard of this. Have you heard of Oh no, you have. We've talked about this before. AFAC, Ask Risk and Company.
Oh, I love those guys so much.
Oh my god, yeah. So like we first connected because I was producing episodes for them. I was part of the team for a little while before it all went quiet. Um, and actually, back when I was just watching the show and was getting really excited about it, and I sent it, voice acting stuff, but I sent in asks on casting call, and whenever it got featured in an episode, I'd watch it and be like, "Oh my god, it's me! That's so cool!" So that's like several years ago. But at about the same time, I made a version, like a karaoke version of the AFAC version of All Star. I'm gonna send it to you, man. I think it's really
Oh,
cool. Yeah,
really?
yeah, man. That was really cool. I really
How
enjoyed
did
it.
that go? How did that go?
I'll send it to you after this. I've got too much on my plate right now,
Oh,
but
Mark once told me the world was gonna. No, no, I can't remember that you were gonna
uh,
troll me.
so yeah. All the annals that were wished I was dead. You were looking kind of stressed with your knife lodged in your chest, so it's time you got out of
Oh,
my head. I still remember it.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I get excited about that.
Let's see, German's German, or is it German? Or I'm just gonna say, Nick and James. What's your favorite location? Are you talking about in Undertale, or do you just mean anywhere?
I can tell you anywhere, and I can tell you in Undertale. My favorite is a beach in Cornwall in England. Yeah, I know. It's about it.
Um,
Yeah.
my favorite place in the entire world is Pismo Beach out in California. It's
Ah,
such a nice, quiet place. I wish I could move there someday. But I know California is a great place to live right now.
hmm.
But I love that place so much just because it reminds me of my childhood when I was spending time there with my grandparents.
Oh man.
It's such
That's awesome. So cool. Did you,
Never can.
Sorry, after you.
Oh, I was just gonna say, um, please send super chat and merch. Adrev just died. Wait, how did Adrev just die? Did we say something?
I don't know. Did we say California? Is that not allowed?
Let's see.
What's your favorite track? I guess your like Undertale track. I guess it's probably. I suppose like, the one that isn't actually in the Undertale track. I can't believe it. I'm drawing a complete blank because I've got so many things in my head right now. Megalo Strikes Back. I know it's not on the actual Undertale soundtrack, but
it is in our hearts.
It is in our hearts. I really like it. I think it's so cool. Particularly your remixes of it, actually. Without fanboying too hard, obviously. I'm not allowed to fanboy.
Those were from so long ago.
Yeah. I still love them.
Well, I'm glad. As for mine, it'd probably have to be Sans' theme. Not Megalovania. I mean, Girlby's theme. Sans.
Yeah.
Love that song.
We're talking about. You mentioned that you got into like AUs. You got a favorite AU?
Yeah. Truth is I actually don't know very much about the Undertale AUs. I just found songs that I liked in the style of how it was done and the general idea of it, and that was all I had.
Yeah,
I guess cool. My favorite would have to be Aftertale because that's the only one I've actually read. You know?
Yeah, it depends, isn't it? Because if you watched Ask Frisk and Company, does that count as an AU or just a fan comic? I don't know.
I don't know, but there's two comics I love with all my heart. That's number one is Ask Frisk and Company. I was gonna go read ahead in the comic, but I followed the dubbing so religiously I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
I'm sad,
it's still a thing. It's still being updated semi-regularly, but it's still being updated.
Yeah. I'm so sad that Ask Frisk. I'm so sad that Catbird isn't producing episodes right now.
Hey, I encourage you subtly to not despair quite yet. If you follow.
I haven't given up.
Yeah. Cool. What else? Best time for this talk to be happening is while it's raining somewhere else. Yeah, it's like freaking. You can be Sans and I can be Frisk on the screen. That's so cool.
If a human ever comes through this door, no, he's doing Tori's voice, right? If a human ever comes through this door, I can't do it.
Oh, sorry. No, I hate making promises. Go for it.
Okay, and this woman, I don't even know her name. But someone who sincerely likes bad jokes. Has an integrity you just can't say no to.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? That promise I made to her. You know what would happen if she hadn't said anything? Buddy. You'd be dead where you stand. I can't do an intimidating sentence.
Yeah. The thing is, like, because it's all by text, it's so difficult to get the. I mean, I don't know, man. The first time I played through Undertale, I killed Toriel. So, like, this scene was like, oh, fuck! I was genuinely terrified. It was like it knew that I had killed Toriel, you know?
Yeah.
Any good jokes? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Dishes.
This is not a very good joke.
Yeah, we've literally just seen it on the. Yeah, it's not very creative, is it? Amazing. Thank you all so much for engaging. Like, I'm trying my best to like look through the chat. I just for the sake of like time management, there's a few more things I wanted to discuss, and we've talked a lot about actually some pretty cool stuff, like some stuff that I think I've been thinking about, and that TwoAllNighters, the team, we've been thinking about these questions, and to some degree, that's kind of what inspired this series, to get other people's opinions and to get like inspiration, and I'm finding it really helpful. So I'm very grateful to you. But outside of like the content creation stuff, you've talked about the fact that you run, that you play musical instruments. Are there any other interests outside of the content creation and outside of the Undertale fandom?
Oh, you opened up a Pandora's box. Let's do it. All right. So I have many hobbies, but the one I'm doing right now is I'm collecting vinyl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started it a while ago, but I recently I've unfortunately probably dropped more than 1,500 into my vinyl collection. But I've been collecting it over the last 2 years, and it's been a lot of fun because vinyl has this kind of it's so nice to have the artwork and something physical to actually interact with, and it takes time to like like I put all my vinyls in sleeves and everything like inner and outer sleeves so they stay like mint, and I've been collecting everything everything I like.
Yeah.
And it's every day I just moment I wake up, I before I even jump in the shower, I pop in like Hotel California or some fucking let's see, what else do I have? I have Jimi Hendrix. I have the entire Mega Man soundtrack in vinyl. The entire I have the original US print of the Undertale soundtrack and the Japanese print. I have Deltarune, and I have the piano versions.
Holy hell.
Let me tell you, those were hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, man. Good job. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man.
I listen to a lot of classic rock like AC/DC, and I listen to Metallica, Megadeth.
Have you
Pantera.
Oh man, I actually this week discovered a group called what's it called? Camelot, spelled with a K. So it's like a classic sort of take a violin on top of metal, and it's just like so epic. You should look it up. Like Camelot's, what's it called? Ghost Ship. Am I remembering it right? I don't know. I've only been introduced to it this week, but I'm really.
Let me write that down real quick.
Yeah, do it. I mean, I'm loving that you're kind of freaking playing Hotel California, because I'm into that, man. I'm into the Fleetwood Mac and the Floyd and the. Yeah.
Dude, I love Fleetwood Mac.
Oh man. Is Rumors the best album ever?
Oh, dude, don't do this to me.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of which, I don't have any Fleetwood Mac on vinyl. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh yeah. It's kind of cool that you're like into music though. That's also. I mean, it makes sense, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else? Why are you buying junk food, David? Because I am trash. Anyway, yeah. So what else? What else? You got a vinyl collection? You said a Pandora's box.
Let me get through the rest of my vinyl collection because I'm really proud of it. I have the entire I have the special edition of the Stardew Valley vinyl collection.
Oh, all right.
I have all 4 of them, and let me see. I have a lot of. Actually, I just got the Gorillaz Demon Days. I have Doom 2016. Let's see. I have every Metallica album. I have pretty much every Jimi Hendrix album. I don't know if you've ever heard of Buckethead. Probably not. I haven't really run into too many people who listen to Buckethead.
Isn't Buckethead the name of like a spoof guy who runs for the British Parliament every election?
Nah, he's over here in America. He's a crazy good guitarist. He's like number 8 in the best guitarist of all time, but he's very niche and not well known.
Okay.
So, he was in Guns N' Roses for a while.
All right.
So yeah, I have so many more vinyls, but I'd never be able to get through them all during this video. So
yeah.
I also bought a original PlayStation 1, which I had to fix, but.
Oh man, that's sick. That's sick.
Yeah, I have a little PS1 collection. I also have I started collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards specifically to collect them and not play them because I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. I just like collecting the original ones from 1996.
Oh wow. Have you watched any abridged series?
I was watching the Yu-Gi-Oh abridged from Little Karibo for a while, but I kind of fell off of it.
Yeah. He slowed down with that.
Yeah, Team 4 Star is what grabbed my attention and made me drop it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
don't
and
know. I've forgotten how to beat this guy. How do I beat this guy?
Oh, that guy. Hold on.
Let me Google that for you.
Okay. Clear your mind.
Clear my mind.
Oh no, that's not it.
That's what I've been doing. I cannot
Okay,
spare.
my bad.
What do I
You're
do?
doing it.
Oh
Stare
god.
down the chaser orb.
Oh, okay. I've said them.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Done it.
Okay. I forgot there for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I collect cassette tapes, and I have a bunch of pop figures that my girlfriend's bought me. I didn't collect pop figures, but I kind of do now that she's kind of gotten me into them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of cool posters. I'm getting a Back to the Future poster here in just a couple days.
Ah, sweet. Great
Dude,
trilogy.
I love those movies. Oh god.
That's like my favorite is the second, just because of how flipping clever it is. Just ever so close to the events of the first, but not quite. You know.
Yeah. Oh, and I collect guitars.
Yeah, you said you got you've obviously got electric guitars. How many have you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And a bass guitar on the way?
Yeah, and I have an acoustic. So 9.
Oh man.
Technically though, a couple of them, about 3 of them were given to me as gifts though. Like a cheap little Washburn, a cheap Jackson guitar. No, Johnson guitar, and a Eddie Van Halen Wolfgang guitar. My main guitars are three Ibanez's, and a Jackson guitar. I'm pretty sure I don't know if you know the guitar brands.
I mean,
I prefer.
Yeah, Fender and freaking. I'm sorry, I would answer you, but I'm fighting Night.
I get you.
Yeah.
I love Ibanez because I love the frets and everything just kind of gel really well with me, and I love the pickups. They're overwound and hot, and they just sound great in solos. So I love the hell out of them.
That's so good.
Yeah, and I have one 7-string guitar that I rarely use, but it's good to have when I need it.
That's awesome. Wow. We've flown through this stuff like really quickly. That's awesome. We can carry on hanging out. Does anybody wanna freaking ask any questions? I'm sorry. Sing us a song. You're the Nitro Man. Thank you. I'm imagining this is Blair. I'm starting to think the Fandom Lives is starting to end, and James and Nick's first date is beginning.
The bromance is brewing.
I'm charmed. I'm genuinely charmed. Any other questions from anybody? Anyone? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get through this part. If I don't quite get there, then that's fine. Oh, wait! No! Stop the press!
Huh.
I'm sending you something on Discord.
Oh, okay.
I've sent you my finest creation. We were talking about when you finish a creative project and you know that you've done well. This is my finest work. It is a fictional nonsense word of my own creation. And a tradition in the Fandom Lives recurring Dob Nobble challenge is to get the guests to read it. So crack on.
All right, give me a second. Let's see. That's interesting.
That's not the word, I'm afraid.
What? Nah, I was looking at. Okay, that reminds me of You ever watched the anime Trigun?
I haven't. Maybe I should.
It's kind of hard to watch now, but it's good, but it didn't age super well.
Oh, okay. Why is it like that?
It's from the 90s, like early 90s.
Yeah.
He introduces himself as like a really nonsense name, and I basically memorized. I used to know how to memorize it, but
yeah.
I used to repeat it to anytime anybody would ask me what my real name is, and that reminds me of it because it's just like
it's like it's like the first guy, Percival from the first Critical Role campaign. I mean, I don't know if you're into D&D. I had a long chat with the nobles about D&D last time. That was great. But no, read the word, and we can finish the stream.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel an obligation to read Vash's full name before I do this.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I am known as Valentinez, Akilanella, Zifar, Sushida Bohedes, Gumigo Bella, Blue Stratifari, Talentre, Pierre, Andri, Charton, Dayton, Hamos, Ivan, Vinci, Baldos, Deutscher, Kaiser the Third. Don't hesitate to call. Okay. Oh, man.
Hang on. Just a little question before you do this. Would you like to sign the petition to create an Undertale AU based on the B movie?
I would sign.
I would sign. What, can you freaking go on the fan server and give us a link, please, Master Hand? Who is better, Flowey Omega or Flowey or Azrael?
I love the Omega. I love the Omega Flowey fight if it was an actual threat.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna break your computer. Jesus. Oh, so you're playing Doom recently? Is that right? Kavuto is asking you about Doom. Have you played that in the last little while? Or?
Oh, it's Kabuto. I know him.
Okay.
Everything, mostly the music, but I do love the story.
Yeah. All right.
Do the okay.
Do the
I'm doing the challenge.
Do the challenge. We've been putting it off.
It's incredible, incredible, bad, but dribble, drad, bad, dribble, double, dobby, dob, no, How's
well
that?
Done. Well done. That was an admirable effort. I'm you know what? That is a definite 6 out of 10. Well done.
Oh, we got a 6. Okay.
Awesome.
I tried.
You did. I think this is probably a sensible place to finish it because I found a save point.
Okay.
There's so much stuff that we've been talking about that just needs more time, but I want to keep these streams to about an hour long, and it's been about an hour. Cool. Any closing thoughts or reflections or anything like that?
Well, I need to get started on dinner. But if you're gonna get into any kind of creative endeavor, don't be a perfectionist. Remember to find balance in your life. Take pleasure in the simple things. Love the people who love you, and let go of all sense of like wanting external validation, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself.
Oh man, I knew that starting this series was a good idea. That was great. Thank you, and thank you everyone for contributing your questions. I hope that I've improved on my engagement. Thank you for your help, Nick, and thank you for contributing. Yep. And I mean, you've got to start your dinner, so that's fine. I'm gonna jump onto the fan server after this. Thank you so much for watching. Well done. We are going to return. I think, if I'm remembering right, the 27th with our next guest. Another connection to the Ask Friskin company fandom, actually. So that's cool. Thank you. We'll see you over in Discord in a few more minutes' time. Thank you so much. God bless you. And, yeah. Tune in next time for The Phantom Lives. Oh, my God.